Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another great episode of Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hijris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around the Kingdom of Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. As part of the constant achievements accomplished by Bahraini youth in the field of space sciences, the space engineer at the National Space Science Authority, NSSA, Yusuf Al-Qattan, won the SGC IAC 2023 Nebula Award, which was presented to him by the Space Generation Advisory Council, the SGAC. He became the first Bahraini to ever win the Nebula Award and one of 10 winners worldwide this year. And to talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here with him today at the studio. Welcome, Yusuf. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate you because this is an amazing feat that you've accomplished. And I'd like to ask you, how does it feel to achieve something of this magnitude?
First of all, I am thankful for this achievement, which honestly represents and undoubtedly a great achievement for me and the youth of Bahrain. And it also confirms our ability the youth of Bahrain, to make achievements in every type of sector. And I should also announce that this achievement is going to be, this achievement is going to be announced in one of the largest space conferences, which is the International Astronautical Conference, with participants exceeding 5,000 from over 75 countries.
That's amazing, and it is such an illustrious thing to achieve. Space travel, who would have thought? And can you tell us a little bit about the Nebula Award for someone who's totally in the dark about what it is?
So the Space Generation Congress, or the SGC, is the annual meeting held by the Space Generation Advisory Council in conjunction with the International Astronautical Congress. And the Nebula already get the opportunity, I'd say, to directly participate in these events, and to directly also participate and to present your papers if you have a research paper to present, I say.
It's really incredible to see Bahrainis involved, especially in such a sector that is literally among the stars, and I really want you, I'd really like to ask you a little bit more now about the National Space Science Authority's unlimited support and their trust in the capability of Bahraini youth such as yourself.
Of course, I give the National Space Science Agency a big chunk of credit due to the strong motivation instilled in us by our CEO, Dr. Mohammed Al-Asiri, and the support of the chairman of the board of directors, and also the follow-up of the executive management, in which they also care for our education and training. And with that being said, we achieve victories, great victories, inshallah.
Inshallah. And now, another amazing thing that you'll be taking part in is that you're going to be representing Bahrain at one of the largest global conferences in the space sector, the International Astronautical Congress, the IAC, which is going to be held in Baku. And in addition to representing the kingdom at the SGAC 2023, so what does that entail, participating in those events?
So by attending the Space Generation Congress, delegates will learn, share their knowledge, and network with young professionals in the space industry, and also meet with the space industry's leaders and experts. And then the output of the SGC, or the Space Generation Congress, is then compiled into a report to be represented at the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. And this year SGC's theme is going to be building a space community to inspire, connect, and to build or support humankind. On the other hand, we have the International Astronautical Congress, which was founded in 1951, the Federation, and it is the largest and world's leading space advocacy body. And the International Astronautical Congress, that is the IAC, which will be held in 2023, is the world's global premier space event in which that supports the dissemination of scientific and technical information that is related to space.
You know, it's incredible listening to you talk about all of this. It sounds also fantastical to me. And it is strange to think that, you know, I mean, the space sector is not really that long-lived compared to other sectors. It's relatively new.
Yes.
And it's really encouraging to see how many Bahrainis are getting involved in it. So, I mean, in your own words, what could you tell us about like the contribution of Bahraini youth to the development of the space sector?
Of course, the first Bahraini satellite, which is fully developed here in Bahrain, that is Al-Mundar, is fully developed by Bahraini youth. And in just short amount of time, the National Space Science Agency has achieved a lot of achievements and success, and there's also going to be more soon. And this is all achieved by Bahraini youth. And this is just a mere example of what Bahraini youth is capable of.
And on that note, I'd like to ask you, because I'm sure that there are many people, especially young people, who are going to look at achievements such as yours and want to follow in your footsteps. What advice would you give to Bahraini youth who are hoping to one day contribute to the space sector as you have?
Young professionals hold key to creating a better future, and there are just so many routes one can take in the space sector, I'd say. And it's only which one you take depends on your unique blend in skills and interest. Take, for example, the International Space Station. It is developed, designed and maintained by scientists and engineers. On the other hand, we have physicians who study the effect of microgravity on the human body and its effects. And then we have, on the other hand, we have the psychiatrists and the doctors who also find ways to overcome barriers to space, human space flight and exploration. So it only depends on you, I'd say.
Incredible. So there are loads of ways to get involved, basically.
Yes, true.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'd say if you really want to join the space sector, you can definitely join with what you want, and you just need to get inspired. And I also thank the National Space Science Agency and its support.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the Bahraini youth have their eyes set to the stars and beyond. Now stay tuned and we'll be right back with more. The Bahrain Polytechnic team has achieved second place in the Huawei ICT competition 2022 to 2023 network track, which took place in Shenzhen, China, where they represented the Kingdom of Bahrain. The students, Dana Kamal, Hussein Hassan, and Jude Ibrahim, were selected from 400 students representing 146 teams from 36 countries who competed for the award. And to talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined by the students here today. Welcome, guys. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. We're doing good.
So I'd like to ask you guys how you feel about achieving this. I mean, this is no easy feat. I mean, you guys competed against quite a lot of people. So how does that victory feel?
First of all, I would like to thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. Participating in Huawei competition in itself has been more than a competition alongside my teammates Dana and Jude. It has been more of an experience, a tremendous and fruitful experience. Not only to achieve this wonderful milestone that you have mentioned, but in also to the honor and privilege to represent the Kingdom of Bahrain on multiple and various stages. First of which being the national, where we were shortlisted to be the top 3 students to represent the kingdom, and then moving on to the regional, the MENA region, and then last but not least the global, which you have mentioned more than 36 teams and more than 400 students has definitely been the highlight of this experience.
I can imagine. I mean, it's quite a massive event. And how did you guys prepare for this event?
So to prepare for the competition, we planned on focusing on new and advanced technologies. So at first we divided those technologies among us. Each would take a technology and research it using Huawei's online material and documentation, which really helped us to understand the technology before applying and implementing it practically. Then we started to practice on practical scenarios and labs. We focused on fundamental technologies so that we tried to master it. Then we moved to work on previous exams which were also provided by Huawei, which gave us a better and a clear idea on what to expect in the exam.
It's really amazing to see this very holistic approach. I mean, it's very hands-on. Now, I can imagine with that, You probably faced quite a few challenges. So could you guys tell us about some challenges that you faced and how you overcame them?
We faced quite a few challenges throughout the competition. One of them was time. In terms of the preparation and the exam itself. During preparation, it was very tough to balance between our classes, working on our projects and preparing for the exam. Also, extension for our submission were given by the faculty, which really helped us to focus on the competition and give it our best. The exam itself was 8 hours long with 54 pages, and there were topics that we did not practice before. So what we did, we divided tasks based on who's more familiar with that technology. Although it was challenging, it really teaches you adaptability. When you're in such a situation, you have to go and learn the technology, understand it, and apply it based on the requirements. So it really teaches your mind how to focus and respond in such situations.
I think that that's very succinctly said, and I think it's quite fitting that you guys were under Huawei, which is like a leading ICT provider. How much do you value the opportunity to basically be given this opportunity by such a leading entity in the field?
Particularly in Huawei competition, for me personally, has opened a lot of doors, valuable and significant doors as well. These opportunities, one of which I was very thankful to be part of, was the Huawei Seeds for the Future program, which was, in a summary, a week-long program, and it's a campaign that tackles the different domains of technology in itself. And I was honored to also be part of the Mobile World Congress, which has all taken place in Barcelona, Spain. And in the Mobile World Congress, which is a transformative and sensational exhibit that hosts all the big companies and all the different domains of technologies as well, being data science, cybersecurity, as well as machine learning, and all the other ever-growing world of technology as well. So it has definitely been an experience to remember.
I can imagine. And you know, I'm really impressed at how you guys were able to get involved in all of this, because I know when I was at university, I did not leave my desk. I was way too concerned about my classes, and you guys, I think, mentioned actually about like the balance between the work and your involvement. So I would like to ask you guys, what part did Polytechnic play in supporting your journey?
Yeah. So in the first place, before even participating in the competition, Bahrain Polytechnic played a crucial role through its teaching and training methodology that is being followed and making us successful contestants. To add up, the School of ICT and our tutors provided us with abundant motivation to take part in this competition. Moreover, like our tutors were so concerned with always being with us and being available for us at all times as we learned new stuff in preparation for the event. So they were always there to guide us through any new concept or any challenging material we are facing. Not only that, but they were very, very helpful, especially during our project submissions, because believe me, we had numerous assessments to take, and they were very helpful and lenient with that. On top of that, we were granted permission to utilize the Institute's facilities, including the available classes and the server room as needed. So we are actually incredibly grateful for the outstanding support, guidance, and motivation that we received from Bahrain Polytechnic throughout this extraordinary journey.
Like, it is just so amazing to see the support that you guys are getting, especially because it's an investment at the end of the day. I mean, you guys are carrying with you not just what you learn at university, but also what you're learning, you know, from your experience with Huawei. And I do want to ask as well, like, I mean, there is a bit of an interplay, right? Like, I'm sure that this experience also feeds into your academics. So how did that relationship between your university career and this opportunity kind of feed into one another?
Okay, so now, as networking majors, we participated in the networking track of the competition. And this focused on 3 key factors of the field: data communication, security, and wireless LAN or WLAN. So these, despite our awareness and experience in these subjects, we definitely faced a lot of new concepts. Of course, thanks to Huawei for providing us with the material during our preparation for the event. If we talk about the data communication field, we were introduced to concepts related to software-defined networking or SDN fundamentals, programming automation configurations and fundamentals, and the implementation of network automation. These were highlights for us. And through them, we were able to actually achieve the goal of networking, which is nothing but facilitating the exchange of data and information between people and devices through modern approaches and technologies. Furthermore, we were able to explore in-depth and advanced firewall configurations and concepts related to security operations and analysis, endpoint security technologies, and these actually enhanced our understanding of security in the field. Lastly, we were also introduced to various WLAN networking models, to security and defense of WLAN, and to a new concept related to radio resource management. These all enabled us to learn more about WLAN itself and about the major, and explore so many new stuff. So overall, I think that this was a great opportunity to extend and expand our knowledge and skills in the networking field and be able to face the challenges of the field.
You know, the world is becoming increasingly reliant on networking. I mean, I think everything we do, up from the data we back up and the systems that we use even here at work, you know, like it's all becoming digitized and it's all on networks. Now on that field, I really want to ask you guys about the importance of basically investing in the talent needed in order to basically maintain this sector.
Okay, so in my opinion, I think that the ICT sector is definitely rapidly increasing, and there is a high demand for skilled professionals in the field and in various areas such as data analysis, software development, cybersecurity, and even in networking. So having or enhancing these students' skills would definitely meet the demand and fill in the gaps that exist in many industries. On top of that, the ICT sector, in my opinion, I think can be considered as a key driver of economic growth. If we enhance these students' skills in those areas and in this sector, we definitely can stimulate the economic activity and create new job opportunities even, because students with the skills in the sector, in the ICT field, can if you think of it, they are more likely to start up their own businesses, work with innovative companies, and even contribute to existing businesses. So overall, I believe that enhancing students' skills is very vital in order to meet the modern workforce, promote the economic growth, and even further prepare students for future careers.
I think what you said, especially when it comes to them making their own businesses, and even it is a very ever-changing field, and the more that we kind of come to understand it, the more people find new uses for it. Now Donna, I'd like to ask you, how are you hoping to develop your own skills in the ICT sector?
As a student, I believe improving and developing what skills I already have is very crucial. Try to master those skills and improve them, as well as touching upon new emerging technologies. As the field is constantly evolving, we have to look at those new technologies in order to improve our security. Especially nowadays, we're spending a lot of time on the cyberspace, so making it a better and secure place is very important.
And Hussein, I'd like to ask if you had to give any advice for anyone else looking to get involved in this competition, what would you say to them?
I would personally say that I would highly encourage and recommend all students, especially ones with interest in the IT field, to go for it. As you mentioned, Huawei is a global leading vendor, and the global outreach is definitely something to go forward to. And as well, it's a competition that not only tackles one's knowledge from the technological side, but also enhances students' leadership skills, academic and non-academic skills such as adaptability, communication, effective collaboration as well. So what I would say again is go for it, have fun, and make the most out of it.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know that I personally have very high hopes for the future of ICT, especially in Bahrain, if a lot of other young men and women are going to follow you guys as examples. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
very much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there is some pretty exciting stuff happening in the ICT sector in Bahrain. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the finish line. A huge thank you to all of our guests for joining us tonight, and another huge thank you to all of you watching us at home. As always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love to hear from you. This was Khalid Hidris, and until next time, good night and God bless.